Good Saturday, November 13. A lot of fog in the valley, not just this morning, but pretty much for the entire week. And as of Saturday morning, we're seeing some of the most dense fog we've seen so far. The visibility has been so limited, down to even a couple of yards in front of people, as we've been looking at a lot of people driving anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. And this is the fog in NATOMAS as of Friday, and this was around lunchtime. So you can see that it really didn't clear out much out there, even through the afternoon hours. We still saw a lot of that fog overhead. Even though the street visibility was better, it still lingered and kept things pretty cold out there. We'd love to see your photos throughout the weekend. Upload them on the ABC 10 app. Just go to the Near Me section and click Upload here. All right, the almanac showing yesterday was about 60 degrees for the high. The average is 66. So we have been well below average with cooler temperatures due to some of the fog that's just been sitting over us for quite some time and often hasn't been lifting very much. We maybe see a peak of sunshine through the evening hours, and that's pretty much the extent of that. The overnight lows have been on par where they should be in the mid 40s, but still very far from the records. Let's take a look at this week. Dense morning fog does continue today as well as tomorrow and through your weekend. But we will start to see some changes starting Monday. Temperatures will start to drop off. We could still see some upper 60s to low 70s, but primarily an 8 to 10 degree temperature drop off by Tuesday. And for the remainder of the week, we will see some sunshine at least by lunchtime, and those colder temperatures still, they're on the horizon, as well as cold temperatures into your overnight hours. I'm talking 40s, so it's going to get pretty chilly. Taking a look along I-5 to the north, you are seeing there right around Red Bluff, maybe Anderson, some fog all the way down into Bakersfield, but you do notice there is a split happening right around Merced. We see a lot of the fog along I-5, and then there's that split along 99 where most of the fog remains on 99 to the east, and the rest of I-5 is looking pretty decent. So we will continue to see that dense fog through at least lunchtime, and you're looking at an 11 a.m. dense fog advisory expiration date for Saturday. Now, looking ahead, as we move in the afternoon hours, we'll see some more sunshine. We get to 11:30 a.m., some of the sun peeking through a little bit, and they get more of that fog rolling in through the overnight hours into your Sunday morning, 5:30 a.m., although not as dense as Saturday's fog. Throughout the week, partly sunny skies to mostly sunny conditions. We may get a few days with mostly cloudy skies, but here's what's happening with the jet stream. You do notice there's a huge ridge building, which means a high pressure system is sitting right overhead Northern California, pushing the jet stream up north and keeping most of that bad weather headed that way. For us, we'll see some more sunshine, but temperatures do drop. Without that cloud coverage, we're really getting colder temperatures, no real blanket of cover to keep us a little insulated, so we will be dealing with more cool temperatures headed our way. And as you're looking at Saturday and Sunday, we will get some more sunshine, but moving into next week, we see a dip here. That's a trough, and that's in the jet stream. That's going to pull in cold air from the north into Sacramento and Northern California. Much of California is starting to cool down next week. Lower 60s, though, around the Sacramento area, as opposed to those temperatures near 70. Here's where things start to change a little bit as we move toward the 23rd. This is the week here of Thanksgiving. We start to get another ridge building off into the Pacific. That's going to start slowly making its way over us once again. We do have a chance to see more sunshine in the forecast, so unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to get more of that rain just yet. We may have some close chances, but they may be missing us. So let's take a look at that. This is our potential here for atmospheric rivers. This is what's been providing us with heavy rainfall. We saw that very heavy and historic rainfall event in October. And now what we're seeing with the atmospheric rivers, they're becoming more thinning out here and targeting certain areas during La Nina years. They're targeting the Pacific Northwest. If we get lucky enough, they move a little bit further south into Northern California and help out our reservoirs. But what we saw in that historic October rainfall event was plumes like this way out here, but they were actually right up against our coastline, so that helped us out. Now they're thinning out. We're seeing less of them into Northern California, but mostly targeting Pacific Northwest regions. So that's on Monday. We do miss out on that rain event, but here's where we could see a slight chance. But again, this is mostly hitting Northern California into Oregon's border, and that is into Monday afternoon, where we do see on the radar a few specks of rain along the coastline for Northern California, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's really going to make its way into areas around Sacramento south. We'll see the next chance right here, and this is Thursday the 18th, but again, just off the coastlines where it stops, so we don't see another chance for it to make its way inland necessarily, but Things can always change in the next 5 days, so we're going to fingers cross ourselves here and hope that we start to see something move in terms of moisture, but again, it doesn't look likely. The next one's way out there, headed toward the Pacific Northwest again, the week of Thanksgiving, and what we're looking at as the Climate Prediction Center here is showing that we do expect in the next 8 to 14 days to be drier than normal across the western U.S. areas, mostly in California and then the desert Southwest. Meanwhile, the Pacific Northwest, portions of Washington much wetter, and then average rainfall for areas around Oregon. So that's the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, at least the guess what we could see with the Climate Prediction Center. Upper 60s to low 70s. That'll be for Saturday in the lower foothills. We could see about 65 Truckee, South Lake Tahoe areas in the 60s. And then in the 50s to low 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, but still looking at some sunshine. Unfortunately, no rain or snow so far in the forecast. Upper 60s, low 70s Bay Area. Very similar, mid to upper 60s there in the San Joaquin Valley, with also some low 70s and upper 60s for the Sacramento Valley. We will continue to see some low 70s in the forecast for the next couple of days before dropping off in the low 60s as we roll through next week.